Oh, shit. Here we go again.
Seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
May I have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please?
The show starts
right here, right
This
now.
is a message to all the haters out there. If you don't like what I do, but you watch everything I'm doing, you're still a fan.
We breaking news again. Hog HQ Live, tell a Razorback friend. Hot Adam DP, the squad you can trust. On every platform, we never adjust. From the hills to the streams, we the Hog Dream Team. Dropping Razorback gems, y'all know what I mean. Heart with the insight, sharp as a tusk. Adams takes heavy, break the mic in the dust. DP in the cut, stat sharp as a blade. Talking hoops, talking football, every play gets made. Razorback Nation, call it Hog Vibration. On Facebook, YouTube, even Twitch sensation. Instagram scrolling, X marks the spot. When the pigs hit the field, we reporting the plot. Hog HQ Live, breaking news worldwide. Razorback pride, we'll never divide. From the press to the streams, every sport, every scene, we the Hogs, we supreme. Living out the dream. Hog HQ Live, breaking news worldwide. Razorback pride, we'll never divide. From the press to the streams, every sport, every scene, we the Hogs, we supreme. Living out the dream. DP crunching numbers that I'm setting the tone.
What's going on, everybody? This is your main man, Ox Smooth Baron, and you're tuned in to Hog HQ. Woo! Pig Sue! Wee! Go Hogs!
Yes, sir. Another great time to be alive. Once again, this is Hog HQ Live, reporting to you live. Brought to you by the Hog Talk Podcast on this great evening of good weather and everybody sitting at the house. As always, tell a friend, we're back with another great episode. But let me introduce the guys first. This gentleman here, this is Adam. Did I do the mirror right?
Yes.
You're Adam, right? Yeah, you're Adam. Yeah. And you're hot. And I'm DP. Sometimes, when we log on, you got to make sure you get everything in order. Sometimes it can mirror your screen. So, of course, we are delighted to be here with you guys. As you guys, some of you guys, depending on where you're at, you're sitting up looking outside the window, anticipating not going to work tomorrow. Here in Georgia, we got a false alarm, or maybe it hasn't come yet. I don't know. There is some sketchy weather out here. Supposed to have got straight ice. Anybody know ice is the worst. You can drive in snow, but ice is the worst. So apparently they're looking to see if the temperature's going to smooth over tonight. or if people gonna be at work tomorrow. But as you see it on the ticker right here on the bottom of the screen, this is Hog HQ Live episode 100. We finally hit the century mark. It's been a long ride, fellas.
It has been.
Yeah.
Has it though?
Go ahead.
I'm joking. Oh, it's
Man,
just, see, I got one more thing. I think I sent this to y'all earlier.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, not that one.
Not that one.
We'll get into that. Oh, look at
There
that.
you go. There you go. How it started, how it going. A lot of lives that's been changed since, and hey, it like everybody lost weight. I think y'all lost weight and I gained weight. I don't know what the hell happened.
Well, I think fatherhood probably had a little bit of effect on you.
No, for sure. I was trying to make sure she was comfortable, so I'm eating what she eating. She jumped right back in the gym and got it back together. I'm working. Hey, it is what it is, man. But I'm excited to be with you guys, man, on episode 100. It's been a great ride thus far. Just hoping many more shows to go. So much we've learned about each other and learned about this sport that we love of Razorbacks. A 100 show in DPB. No doubt about it, Ty. Glad you could join us tonight. My take on the game yesterday. Out of rhythm, first 30 minutes. First half, something always stop the flow. Time issue fouls, review fouls. The LSU got worn out. Also, Brazil's shoes still ugly. Hey,
they're all about their $600 pairs of shoes.
There you go. And you never know. In this age of NIL, he may be getting a check to wear the shoes. So I'll never knock another man for getting money. But we got a lot to talk about tonight. Of course, we're going to talk about the games that was this week. Great showing by the Razorbacks, by Coach Cal and the guys. A lot of guys stepped up, made a name for themselves. And we'll be able to break all that down. We'll talk about the college football playoff because that ended at the end of our last show with Miami, Indiana. We'll also go into the NFL coaching carousel. If you know, you know, right? Yeah, we definitely gonna get into that, right? A-Cup reclaiming SEC Freshman of the Week honors, no doubt about it. You know, there's a time in Arkansas history where we got mad because one of our guys will win, and there'll always be a co.
There's always a co.
Yeah. Right. Mm-hmm. And like we're trying to get some respect. Good afternoon, Miss Teresa. We are delighted to have you on board with us this evening. Glad you could check in with us.
The newest moderator of Hog HQ.
There you go. For sure. Look, I had made a post during the week on Wednesday about what the weather was going to bring. Miss Teresa posted, commented on it. I was talking about, it get cold outside, man. You got to make some chili. Like, if you're not making chili when it's snowing or inclement weather, I don't know what you're doing. I think she made
no beans.
With no beans. No, I'm with you on that. Aren't you a beans guy on chili?
It don't matter to me. I like chili.
When you say it don't matter about the chili, you probably eat it out the can.
I had canned chili two nights ago.
You had canned chili 2 nights ago, bro?
There's some good, man. You put some spices in.
No, for sure. You gotta hook it up with the seasoning.
It tastes fine. It's not the same type of chili that I make.
Okay.
I'll make some competition chili with no beans.
But
sometimes in a pinch, you just cook a can of chili.
You make competition chili?
Yeah. Steelers taking former coach of the Cowboys.
Ty, I'm hurt. I'll get into it, Ty.
The Rodgers McCarthy reunion.
Man, look, this is I don't know.
We'll get into it.
We'll get into all that. But
wrong picture.
Hold on. Lead it on the screen. Ty is going in right now. VP eats chili and peach at the same time.
Ooh.
Disgusting, my guy. Quite disgusting.
It's kind of like isn't there some part of the country that they do cinnamon rolls and chili?
I heard about that. I also heard about people putting cheese on honey buns.
When we talked about cheese and apple pie last week.
Yeah.
Correct.
Texas chili, no beans. That is right.
Okay, I can dig it. I think Mr. Reese said she made, what is it? Some type of soup? Chicken tortilla soup or something. I think is what she made. Anyhow, we're going to go ahead and get into these Hog Hoop scores for the week. Of course, we got Vanderbilt, Arkansas take care of business in a great bounce back game. They showed out that particular game. So excited. That probably was the best game they played all year long, but that was a great showing by Arkansas to take down number 15 Vanderbilt. LSU and Florida take care of business 79-61. Of course, you got Georgia and Missouri. At least a team that we didn't lose to the previous week lost the following week. Yeah. So
Cream of broccoli soup from Miss Teresa.
Cream of broccoli soup. Cream of broccoli soup. Okay. UGA in Missouri. UGA take care of business, get a 2-point victory. OU and SC take care of business, 85-76. Auburn and Ole Miss. Auburn does what they do. On the road at that, 78-66. Texas and Kentucky. Kentucky is piling up some wins. Got to keep an eye on those guys. And of course, you got Mississippi State, A&M. A&M does what they do. Get the 20-point dub. Bacon wrap honeybees off
Honey
the
buns,
grill.
I think.
Honey buns.
Yeah, I've
That's
seen
what.
people do. I mean, that kind of goes along like I've seen some people do like smoked bacon wrap Oreos. Like, yeah, we're taking fair food to like the next level.
Oh, for sure. We've seen the fried Oreos before. Cincinnati. I think they are the cinnamon roll with the chili weirdos.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was Cincinnati.
Hey man, to each his own. Like I said, when the weather's like this, you need comfort food at the end of the day. So whatever floats your boat, that's what you cook up. Looking at the scores from Saturday, we got Vanderbilt and Mississippi State. Vanderbilt comes back after getting whooped by Arkansas, 88-56. Auburn and Florida. Auburn takes the victory on the road. That's a nice little victory for Auburn right there. Tennessee and Alabama. Tennessee wins 79-73.
Rightfully so for what Alabama's trying to pull.
Man, look, and we'll get into that crap as well. We'll definitely get into that. LSU and Arkansas. Arkansas is on a roll right now. The way that they're playing very inspired, very tough. And the chemistry is really coming together. It seems like I got a chance to see Carter Knox actually accept his role and not worry about the NBA in every single shot. It's like he bought into his role on the team per Coach Cal, and is looking good in what he's bringing to the table. UGA and Texas take care of business, 87-67. Ole Miss and Kentucky. Kentucky gets another win at home over Ole Miss, 72-63. SC and A&M. A&M is scoring a lot of points, 92 points. SC is trash. They lose 69-92. And OU and Missouri, 1-point victory for Missouri at home. And those are the SEC hoop scores for the week. Arkansas was 2-0, man. I brought up something last week. We talked about basketball in general. And I said, I just want the guys to give me 2 weeks. Just give me 2 weeks of just putting some games together. And even though it's been a week, these 2 games after last show have been very impressive. What are you guys' thoughts on what you've seen between the Vanderbilt game and the LSU game amongst the players?
Well, I thought the first game was pretty much against Vanderbilt was pretty much a dunk contest. It was good. We dominated them down low, and so we imposed our will and we did what we should have done. As far as yesterday, I felt like it was a little bit of a reversal again to where we were getting pounded. They were getting a lot of rebounds. We didn't shoot as well at free throws, and that's kind of been an issue a time or two we've had this year already. So I don't like seeing that creep back up. But otherwise, I like the fight that we had. Acuff put us on his back and just took over the game and did what he had to do. And I don't know where we would be without him and Thomas right now. They're pretty much carrying the team right now.
No doubt about it. Adam, what did you see between the 2 games?
Well, first, I'm going to play this clip from after the Vanderbilt game. And the reason being is just because we've been talking about a couple of these things the last few weeks. One of which was starting Malik and Acuff doing something to get him, sparked. So I want to play that right quick.
Malik's getting better, but we need more motor from him, more toughness from him. But he's way better. I kind of like Malik Thomas starting. I thought it was pretty good for him, too. And I took Darius out in the second because he was going through the motions of playing. Well, then you're not playing. I don't care who you are. You're going to sit and watch the game now. And then he went in. He was mad at me, and he played well because he was mad at me. And he thought I was like, yeah, he won't like. No, I love it. Be mad at me all the time. Just play like that. My point to him is, instead of just worrying about being a really good player, how about be the best player in the country?
How about be the best player in the country?
That's a hell of
And
an
that's, I mean,
incentive.
that's the stuff you can say to a player like him.
Yeah.
Going back to that Vanderbilt game, I mean, points in the paint. We talked about this with the game before when I forget who it was. Arkansas had like 66 points. I think it was South Carolina. They followed up the Vanderbilt game with 50 points in the paint. Just top to bottom, start to finish, that game was Arkansas. Now, yesterday, like Ty said, started off slow the first 30 minutes, and then Arkansas picked it up. That was a game that we've talked about, and Porter and I talked about it on Hog Talk, that snow games are always weird in Fayetteville.
Yeah.
Whether it's low crowd, whether it's just the travel, whatever the case may be. I think they did right by getting a lot of the people's tickets that weren't going to go to the game to give back out. A lot of us had even said, I mean, just open up the doors and let the students come in with student ID. Don't even worry about tickets.
Right.
Just fill the stadium with students. But they had a good showing. They were loud, which they needed them to be. So LSU's a team that, even though they're towards the bottom of the SEC, let me pull up the standings here.
You got the standings in there. Yeah.
Even though they're at the bottom next to last, same time, or tied for last, they're still a tough team. I mean, it took Kentucky a last-second miracle to beat them. They've been close other games. So LSU is a team that can knock anybody off at any point. Texas A&M, it's crazy to me. They're sitting at 16-4. They're putting up the points that they're putting. I think it's kind of funny because Maryland's having one of the worst seasons that Maryland basketball has had, and Buzz Williams is Maryland's coach now. He left Texas A&M.
Wow, left Texas A&M, right?
So it's just funny that he leaves, and Maryland's having one of the worst seasons ever. So I don't know. It's a week that we've been asking for. We've been saying for the past couple weeks that Arkansas needs to put together 2 to 3 to potentially 2 to 3 weeks of solid wins. And that's what they're doing here. So I'd like them, next up, after we go through the standings here, I've got the next schedule, because this week's going to be a tough week.
Correct. And I get to a comment pertaining to that. So looking at the standings, Texas A&M, Arkansas in second, Florida, Kentucky, Georgia, Missouri, Vanderbilt, Auburn, second half, Tennessee, Alabama, Texas, Ole Miss, South Carolina, Mississippi State, LSU, and Oklahoma. And you would think, let's just look at this from a football perspective. You look at the bottom of the list and it says Oklahoma. But if you know Arkansas like I know Arkansas, and Ty is on point right here. For the record, that Oklahoma game is a trap game. No doubt about it, Ty. You got to know that. Like, you got to know people have been actually watching you guys. The media coverage has been crazy on national as well as local in regards to Darius Acuff, Malik Thomas, and Coach Calipari and what these guys have been able to do. So you can't get to the point to where you're just reading headlines about yourself and watching highlight videos of yourself. You got to make sure that you stay locked in, stay focused, continue to improve your game, continue to build a chemistry as a unit, and take that on to Oklahoma and take care of business as you should. One of the things that one of my guys talked to me about, he said, you know what, I like the way Arkansas is playing, but can they do it on the road? Can they dominate the way that they do at home on the road? We've had some games, of course, we had some road victories, but against quality opponents, that's what I'm looking for, to see if they can put it together versus quality opponents. That's going to help their, what's it called, a K-pop? What is it called, the ranking?
KenPom?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, they need to make sure they get all that together within the conference. So like I say, to be able to play a quality conference opponent and win convincingly as you have done at home, that's going to be key in regards to their standings and rankings later on in the season. As you can see, next up, the game is on Tuesday, the 27th. Oklahoma, once again, it's at 6 p.m. on ESPN. So if you ask in the group how you can watch, we're telling you right now. So on ESPN, and then, of course, you got another game on the weekend. That's the one.
I'll be at that. Me and Porter will be at that one.
That's what's up, man. Y'all should.
I'll be there with my new camera. So if anybody wants to come up and take some videos.
No, for sure.
We're not going to rip off of the walk and talk of trade biddies, but you never know what will happen.
No, for sure. And that's what you got to do. Take advantage of the opportunities. Ty said this is a trap game. And I think this is one of the reasons why, I'm looking up at it. This is a 5 game, by the way. It's a playoff. But looking at it, Ty, saying that it's a trap game, absolutely. If you look forward to Kentucky and lose sight of Oklahoma, you can definitely get ran up out of their gym and sit up with your tail between your legs. So you got to take care of business and stay locked in and make sure you take care of business in Oklahoma. I do want to give my 2 cents on the 2 games before we transition out of that. Hart, you said something about the Vanderbilt game. It was like a dunk contest, correct?
Mhm.
I think one of the reasons for that is when I looked at the Georgia game, we left too many easy 2 points at the rim. And a big fella that was getting all the blocks for what's his name?
Cyril.
Yeah.
Who was supposed to come to Arkansas? Yeah.
I was just gonna say, yeah, right. I'm like, that's what we need. We need that guy in the paint that is definitely a defender who is a rim protector who can take care of taking away points and make sure to get the rebounds for easy putbacks. But looking at that, they left so many points at the rim, layups that rolled around the perimeter of the rim, easy layups that were defended but bounced off and we couldn't get the rebound. So they had to have a dunk contest next game. It was so many points. I think Malik had actually went up for a dunk. It hit the rim and went back out. So that's one of those things, man, where they took care of business. They had definitely watched their video and learned from that. And that was that particular game. LSU was a better opponent. I don't like the way that we start, but Darius Acuff is looking more and more like a lottery pick. I'm not going to be the guy that's going to compare him to NBA players who are already done their due diligence in the college as well as the league. But as you can see on the screen right here, Kendrick Perkins, an NBA champion and an analyst on ESPN, right? He says, see you on draft night, top 5 pick. Keep sleeping, and he's going to tuck you in. So, of course, Bleacher Report Hoops with a look up on Darius Acuff saying Arkansas freshman Acuff versus LSU and talked about his point total and his assists.
And then I think after the Vanderbilt game, I guess Cal had gotten a call from Jalen Brunson. I think it was Jalen Brunson. And so he was talking about that post game. I'm trying to think of what else we got before we move on from basketball.
Malik starting in the starting lineup.
Yeah, Malik starting in the starting lineup. But so yeah, we'll start with that one. This was his Steph Curry moment
for sure
in the Vanderbilt game. And this is courtesy of Hogs Plus.
I shot the ball and I could tell when it's going smack straight in.
Bro, look at Malik. He did not hit the curry. He did not hit the curry, bro. He looked at the crowd.
I took a lot of those shots when nobody's watching, so I know that they're going to drop. Turn around or not, that's just how I was feeling out there.
Tonight's free stream of The Follow is presented by Arvest Bank.
Once again, that clip was brought to you by Hogs Plus. Thank you. Make sure you give those guys credit. But the high quick release from Malik is top tier. It's NBA ready. The way that he takes the ball, grabs it right here, and just he doesn't grab it and bring it down. Like that quick second, that could be a potential block shot.
And that's a hard habit for shooters to break, is wanting to bring down the ball and get set. And that's something early on as a shooter you've got to learn to do, is to catch and be ready just to move up with your shot.
Gotcha. Was that similar to how your shot was at Northside?
Wasn't as pretty. Actually, I had a pretty good shot, but obviously not good enough to get to college.
Gotcha. Well, I'm not talking trash because I'm not a hooper. I'm a football player by trade. I'm one of those guys that you call for the pickup game. I'm just gonna bully people and get rebounds and assists. That's what I do. That's what I do.
Yeah, and the one thing too, and it's another. I've got a couple more clips here. One of them being Darius Acuff's 30th point, which the commentator essentially called it. I'll just air that right quick.
Arkansas being pushed a little further away from the basket. Acuff Jr. shooting for 30.
Wow, that was nasty. That was nasty.
So, shout out to Carl Ravitch for knowing his spot. And I'm sorry, I love Joe Klein, but he's hard to listen to when he's doing the commentary.
Who would you like doing commentary on a regular basis?
On a regular? I don't mind.
Who has done a great job?
I like Carl Ravitch. Out of ones that have called Arkansas games, I'd honestly,
Matt Jones.
Matt Jones hasn't done any games.
Jimmy Dykes.
I don't mind Jimmy Dykes at times. He can be a little much, but there's sometimes like Manny Watkins, and I get it. Like as a commentator, you don't want to always like talk about, especially if you're commentating on a team that you played for.
You played for, yeah.
There's times I feel like he shies away or is a little bit overcritical of Arkansas because he doesn't want to come off as, hey, I used to wear this uniform.
Yeah.
Some of the guys, like, who did we have in the Vanderbilt game?
Was it the guy that played at Tennessee?
I can't think of his name.
Well,
he got nice hair.
The last several games, I know a couple of times we've had the former Texas coach on, who talks a lot. I forget who called the last game, but it was, I don't know. Some of these guys, like I've been saying, and Peacock is actually bringing this to their future streams. They're gonna, just on the app, not on NBC. But if you watch a game on the Peacock app, you have the ability to just get the stadium sounds. No commentators, no nothing. And I feel like that needs to be an option everywhere, so I can just turn these guys off.
What's the guy name that made the wild calls for Mendoza in Indiana?
Gus Johnson.
Does Gus Johnson do basketball? I would love to hear Gus
Big
Johnson
12
do
or Big 10, Big 12.
No, we need to rent him for a couple games, bro. Like the way he called games, man, it just keeps you locked in and intrigued. He does a great job calling the games.
And then one thing, we can all admit, like, Arkansas is not a good defensive team. We all know that. But when Arkansas gets into their spurts of being able to turn defense into offense, and we saw it a lot during the South Carolina game, the Vanderbilt game, but like this right here is a prime example of you get a steal, fast break, you have options. Because that's one thing Arkansas can do is when they can get on a fast break, you've got multiple guys on the court that can get to the rim.
Absolutely.
First real time the crowd has been active today here at Bud Walton. Intercepted by Thomas. The lead for Ewing. That was pretty. And LSU needs a timeout.
Yeah. And we need definitely. I think that he needs to go for switch Nick Pringle. The most efficient, the thing I sent y'all, the most efficient five that Arkansas puts on the court is Darius Acuff, Malik Thomas, Carter Knox, Trevor Brazile, and Malik Ewing.
Yeah. And like I said, I'm watching these games like with a grain of salt. I'm liking what I'm seeing, but I'm also considering the games we lost against teams we know that's going to be in the Sweet 16, the Michigan States. You see what I'm saying? Like, you got to look back at those games. The way we played against Texas Tech, we got that. Houston, like, and even though we won the Texas Tech game, but like that was a tough game, a tough crowd, being able to do such a thing. I'm gonna get into it, Mr. Green. We're definitely gonna touch into it. Just know
I'd like, Pat Bradley. I like him at halftime. He used to call the play-by-play. Throw him in there.
Yeah. I did. Mr. Reese had a comment about Carter Knox and his reputation about a couple of cheap shots. Not letting him come out to be a bad guy, but he got to play more discipline. The way he hit Buddy in the back from Georgia, it was out of pocket. It was very undisciplined. Like, but I do like what I'm seeing from him. I think it was a quote by Kyle that says, "Don't worry about this bag. Just go do these things, and that bag will come." And my assumption was he was talking about, you so worried about the NBA, you can't even focus on what's going on right now in Arkansas. You got to put in the work at Arkansas in order to get to the NBA and get the bag. So definitely look like Carter Knox the last two games has been buying into his role, not trying to take over the game, not handling the ball too much and turning it over. He's taking advantage of his spots, his opportunities, and he's making them count. Trevor Brazile on the perimeter, Acuff kicking out the ball to him at the top of the perimeter, shooting the three. That's big time. That's what we want to see from him. Those are things that's going to help him get elevated in his draft stock to the NBA. So I'm excited about that. But I tell you, to this day, I am still worried about us as far as paint presence and rebounds. I'm still worried about that. If you know you play basketball. Hey, Ty, let me give you a little did you know, right? I can say that I dunked on Joe Johnson.
NBA 2K?
No. In real life. This is because me and Joe Johnson grew up in the same community. If you know, you know.
I've been dunked on by Sonny Weems.
And Cody Burns.
No, Ronnie Brewer.
Ronnie Brewer dunked on you too?
Mm-hmm.
Damn. It might be out there on VHS. We might have to go find it and post it.
That was in like the 2000s. Ronnie Brewer's only 2 years older than me.
Gotcha. You just look old in the face. I don't know what the fuck. Anyway, I'm fucking no, but no, this was backyard basketball. It wasn't a regulation size goal, but I dunked on Joe just before he got the growth spurt and transferred and went to Central. So no doubt about it. Need to start Ewan. I definitely want to see Ewan. I would like to see Pringle off the bench. And the same way he did with A-Cuff putting a chip on his shoulder, making him upset. I want to see that from Pringle. I need you to have a little something about yourself when you get on the floor and come with what you're coming with. Hart, you was about to say something? You have anything about basketball before we transition?
No, not that I can think of at the moment.
Gotcha.
Trying to find, just because I know we'll get it, and I'm just queuing up for everybody to
LSU
go to
coming
this
back
website.
Yep, haven't been healthy. Yep. Nathan says, I like that they struggle in the first half. They're learning to fight as a team. The chemistry is definitely coming together. To be able to lean on different guys, let guys step up. Billy Richmond seems to know when to take the shot, when to take the acrobatic layup and land into the crowd and get it pumped up. Those are the things that's going to matter. But like I said, can you do this on the road and can you do it consistently? That's what's going to be key in playing in some of these neutral site arenas in these games. I hate to question anything Cal does, but I wonder why we start Pringle over Ewan. Maybe he's lighting the fire up under Ewan, and once he starts Ewan, he can tell Pringle, well, you had an opportunity to do what you do with all the teams that you played for, and you're not doing what we brought you here to do. So who knows? I felt like I lost 2 hours of my life listening to Joe Klein. Hey man. 8 foot goal. Now, Ty, it probably was an 8 foot goal. So yeah, I wouldn't lie to you, but it happened, is what I'm saying. I did a hug. I got a hug. Look, Mr. Reese, we know you're a celebrity, so we know how that goes. I'm pretty sure Kyle drew up Brazil to shoot that 3-pointer. Very possibly. Let me see. Let me add Adam back there. He's back.
No technical difficulties over here.
Hey, it happens, man. You know what I'm saying?
Old weather.
Break out the Cal High basketball. No doubt about it. All right, so that is basketball for the evening. As we talk about it, of course, we got Oklahoma coming up. Ty said it's a trap game. I definitely feel the same sentiments. It'll be interesting to see what they look like against Oklahoma. Will we see a combination of the LSU and the Vanderbilt team? That's what I'm interested to find out. I hope we don't play down to the competition of our opponent, and we make sure to take care of business. Go ahead.
And I was just reading stuff.
Auburn just kept coming, and we kept letting them come.
Anyway.
Whoa.
Yeah, no. Before where are we going next? We're going college football playoff.
Yeah, for sure. Indiana and Miami.
Do we want to take a break since we're about halfway through?
Let's do it.
Let's do our cinematic commercial break.
Oh yeah. Episode 100. Ty already know. Ty, tell him what it is. Petty AF Productions, no doubt about it. No doubt about it.
That's what happens when CapCut's server's down and I have to make do with iMovie and other apps that don't have as good of stuff. So
no doubt about it. No doubt about it. It was interesting looking at those little clips from getting to episode 100. Hart, majority of the clips was like this.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Hell, I was ready to put out my hey. But look, we definitely want to take time to just say we appreciate every single one of you guys for watching us week in, week out, and just supporting us, man. We're just three guys who decided to come together with an idea and do something that we love, talking about these Razorbacks. Try not to be biased, try to give an honest opinion, and just do what we do. We do it for the people, and you are the people, and we wouldn't be who we are and growing as we are if it wasn't for you guys. So we definitely thank you for that. Oh yeah,
3 minutes.
this is a good game. It's a good game. Looking at it, so we talked about the college football playoff. Once again, I feel like the two best teams actually made it, regardless of who made the initial. James Madison as well as Tulane. But looking at it, the two best teams played. It was a great game. It was a great game to watch. Indiana has been exciting to watch all year long. I caught them to Miami late in the season. Just watched them. Weren't blown away by what I saw, but I definitely knew that they were a championship caliber. I just didn't believe in Carson Beck just because I watched him at Georgia.
I mean, he's had 2 years since he graduated college.
Yeah, I have no idea what made him say class. Yeah, I graduated 2 years ago. Like it's no class.
Like you've been a grad transfer. You had to have been. You had to have been enrolled. You maybe not been going to class. Because like I remember what it was like. I think of Mallett's last season. Like he talked about his schedule and like what it was. I mean, he was doing like ballroom dancing or some shit.
Yeah. I took that class. I think at the U of A.
I think
got an A in it.
Either him or one of them. I remember it was like ballroom dancing and bowling or something like that. It was just like you had to go to so many. You had to have so many hours, and then in the rest of your day it was just football.
Correct. But looking at the game, Miami had a chance at the end. Carson Beck had an opportunity to become a legend, bringing the U back, giving them, sticking it to Georgia, and get a win to win the championship. But he threw the ball in coverage, as he did at Georgia. Same old Carson Beck presented itself. Regardless of how old these players are at Indiana, you got to give Signetti and Mendoza some credit and what those guys were able to do. I asked people during the season, did you watch the game versus Penn State? And people told me, well, Penn State was sorry, and Indiana barely won the game. It was the way that they won the game and let me know that they were championship caliber. They just had a flair for the dramatic, and they found a way to win. Like I said, their defense stepped up, got the interception, got the turnover, and that was game. So shout out to Indiana. They created history, went undefeated for the season, won a national championship. Nobody had that on their bingo card. That's popular.
As Signetti said in their celebration, whatever, chapter 3 begins tomorrow. He's full of one-liners and mic drop moments. Am I going to say it's a new dynasty? I'm not saying that. I'm not going that far. I feel like with the transfer portal and NIL the way it is now, any year can be anybody's year. So it's a matter of what you can. Is he a hell of a coach? Yeah, obviously. As he said, Google him. He wins. So it's one of those that it was an enjoyable game. It was kind of boring, I felt like, in the early on, but the second half, fourth quarter was good. I think we all picked Indiana to win in our pick 'em. Speaking of,
I picked Miami.
Oh, you picked Miami. That's right.
I picked Miami.
Yeah.
See, this is what I'm talking about. He got the shirt on, and nobody said nothing about the shirt. I seen it earlier. So, can you tell us what you got there, sir?
The championship belt. I know it's not over yet, but I believe you picked the Rams tonight too, didn't you?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, you did. You and Porter did. That was your first mistake. And I'll tell him the same thing. But yes, looks like 2 years in a row, this is staying in Fort Smith, Arkansas.
Hart, you got to do something. Like
I will next year.
You said that last year. I thought I was going to whoop him this year. But like I said, it be certain times where we put the picks up, and I'll see exactly what he had. I have my mindset on what I want to do. And then I'll see what he does. And I'm looking like, I just want to prove him wrong. So I pick another team and I lose.
I sometimes do that for strategy.
Of course. If you guys could see the group chat and how he tries to persuade me and Hart.
If you're second guessing yourself any which way, I'm going to try to get you to change that decision before we post the graphic.
No doubt about it.
I need to do like make a like a WWE style intro with the championship belt.
There you go. There you go.
But this will be staying in the great state of Arkansas for another year, probably.
Yeah. We'll see what it is.
Just playing with folks who don't know ball.
My cousin ended up transferring to from UCA. Justin, I think he came from UCA. He ended up transferring to Cincinnati. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. No, for sure. I just talked to a young man the other day. I'll tell you about that later. Anyhow, so we talked about the national championship. Indiana was a team to me that gives people that cheer for Arkansas hope. That if you got the right coach that can actually understand the portal, who gets the right type of players that got something left in the tank, you can make it happen and you can make it run, regardless of the conference that you're in. So I'm excited to see what Sinfield can put together. Not saying it's going to happen in year one, but hell, when they hired Houston Nutt, who knew it was going to get? We have some players who need to be rejuvenated, and his voice was the one that actually pushed them to greatness. So it's very possible that we can put this class of misfits, as Indiana said, put those guys together, and maybe we can make a run at it.
And I think too that Signetti's laid out a different type of blueprint, and people are going to try to copy it. Like always, we're in a copycat world. Copycat world. But at the same time, they're not going to necessarily, because you've got to have the coach to. I mean, you can go after all the older players, this, that, and the other, but you got to have the coaches that can actually do something with them. So people are going to try to copy it. I think it's one of those things. Here's my question is, what is Indiana going to do now? Which it works out in a sense, obviously in their favor. They just won a national championship. His blueprint of having these older players, but then now also Mark Cuban came out and said, "Hey, I'm giving you $1 million, or I'm giving you money for the transfer portal." So now you're going to have NIL specifically for the transfer portal from one of the richest men in the country, is an Indiana alum. So it could work out in their favor, but it could be one of those things too that's too much to deal with. So we'll see, because now the target is solely on Indiana's back. And I saw who did Ohio State hires their Arthur Smith as their offensive coordinator. I don't know what Ryan Day is doing.
He got to be on that dope because to be in Atlanta and to watch him screw over the Atlanta roster when he was in Atlanta, then to see the Steelers hire him and to still do the same thing. You got this wealth of talent, great players around you on the roster, and you found a way to only use 2 of them. I have no idea what the hell Arthur Smith does, but he keeps getting the check. Him and Kirk Cousins. I don't know who their agents are, but they keep finding them money. So it is what it is. Justin with a comment here saying, man, Signetti should give a masterclass on development and transfer portal mixing. Now, Justin, with that comment, this is one of the things that I call hard about this week and talked to him for a good minute. We just kind of talked about what we're seeing from Silverfield in the class. I'm very impressed with his ability to mix in the high schoolers as well as the transfer guys. He talked about, and I looked at Ron Silverfield's recruiting class, portal and high school. It's almost like it's 3 tiers of players. The top tier is going to be these high-profile, quote-unquote, high 4, 5-star guys when they initially came out of high school, and not being able to pan out per their predictions, per the industry rankings. Now you come to a situation where coach is revived. He has a different allotment of funds to recruit. You have a university that's hungry to win, and a staff that's been together and is looking to develop players. So you have guys like that that's on the cusp. You also have a couple guys, a young man, a defensive tackle from USC. You have a linebacker from Baylor. You also got a cornerback from Clemson. These are guys who are ranked very reputable guys as far as recruiting rankings. And for some reason, whether it's injury, trouble, whatever happened, they didn't quite get to that area where they need to be to jump off. And I think this could be the year for them in the right situation. And of course, you got the young guys in the high school class who you bring in to develop. I think the 2 defensive tackles you got from the state of Arkansas to flip, those guys are going to be able to contribute in some of these games. And especially if it comes through that these guys can play in more than 4 games without using a red shirt. So I'm excited to see what he does in regards to development. What guys were currently on the roster that return that look better than they did under the last regime. So I'm excited about what that looks like.
Well, there's something too that I saw earlier this week. There's a player in high school that has 21 D1 offers, or 25 D1 offers, somewhere 21 to 25 D1 offers, and he is chosen to go to Pitt State, which is D2. And there's a lot of people wondering why. And the only thing I can come up with is because of the way the NCAA eligibility rules currently are. He can go for a year or two to develop at a Pitt State, and then which Pitt State has produced a lot of talent. And then whenever he does jump to D1, he would still have his 4 years of eligibility if the rules don't change. So at this point, you kind of defer for a year or two and then develop a little bit and then get higher bidders coming out of Pitt State versus where he would coming out of high school.
You talk about them developing some guys. Pitt State, they're the Gorillas, correct?
Correct. That's Sam Pittman's alma mater.
And that's their number one recruit, Sam Pittman. Mr. Cold Beer. Sam Pittman is somewhere right now on his lake, looking at the lake house, looking at the snow, sipping some beer and paid.
He's about to be in Tuscaloosa.
Man, look, I seen his name was on there to be the potential offensive line coach. And I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. Wait a minute, the game over with?
Yeah.
It's over. 27-31 final, Seahawks. Sean McVay looked pissed. I can't wait to watch this replay. And
I wonder though, are there still Patriots fans out there since Tom Brady left?
Yes.
Yes.
Because I feel like they got super quiet.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot to talk about in regards to that Seahawks and Patriots. What is the storyline? I thought for sure a team from California would be in the Super Bowl, saying that it's in California.
I mean, Sam Darnold's redemption.
Right. Either way it go. It's 2026.
Tennessee Titans kicking themselves for firing Mike Variable.
No, for sure. That was dumb.
Yeah, that was dumb.
Former Baltimore Ravens defensive coordinator turned head coach in Seattle makes it to the Super Bowl before Lamar Jackson. Yeah, Drake May in year two getting to the Super Bowl before two-time MVP Lamar Jackson.
Drake May going to the Super Bowl is the narrative that pushed to say, hey, it's over with in Kansas City.
University of North Carolina quarterback.
Look, man. And look, with them having Belichick and Petrino, and no telling who they're going to put out next year. You never know.
Is Belichick going to try to take credit for Drake May even though he wasn't there?
Why not? Why not? Because you got to go on your social media and show him in a North Carolina jersey. You got to do it, whether you were there or not. Like, it just makes sense.
Well, it's like Arkansas still like putting up Cal stats and showing Kentucky players, drafted in the first round and stuff. It's just like, come on now.
We'll still show Drew. It wasn't Drew Sanders on the graphic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Ryan Mallett. It is what it is. There you go. But looking at it, so you talk about this game that we're actually watching, this NFL game, and it looks like you said you got Smith and Jigma is 10 catches, 153.
Didn't he lead the league in receiving yards this year?
No, for sure. He caught. And just imagine when DK Metcalf left Seattle and came to Pittsburgh, this dude just showed up out of nowhere and just blew up. I mean, we knew he was good, but it is what it is. So looking at the NFL, looking at what the Super Bowl would look like.
It's going to be Seattle and New England.
Yeah.
I think Seattle's going to win it.
I think it's the Drake May narrative. I want to see Drake May do his thing, Verbal do his thing. I don't know. My cousin is going to be intolerable in a minute when it comes to this. And thank you. It's 2026. I don't know if you guys are still mad, but guess what? He's still doing the halftime show. So it'd be interesting to see how this plays out. Now, I do know that there is another halftime show.
That's still
people who do. Look, man, they try to make something for everybody. Everybody gets a trophy. So the people who do not want to watch that, they will have another showing of a halftime show on another network.
Everybody gets a Nobel Peace Prize.
Well, there's a Puppy Bowl if you want to watch that.
Yeah, the Puppy Bowl. I don't think I've ever watched the Puppy Bowl. I don't know. All I know is I just want a good game and good commercials because I feel like last year's commercials sucked.
They did suck.
And
I think they have for
they
last
need to
few.
stop leaking the commercials like early too.
Right.
I'm just really in it for the movie trailers, which if y'all didn't know, there's a new Masters or He-Man Masters of the Universe movie coming out.
Really?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they just put out the teaser trailer.
Who's playing it?
I don't know who the actor is, and then Jared Leto's playing Skeletor, but they didn't do, back in the 80s version, it was all just prosthetics and face paint and whatnot.
Correct.
And now it's CGI'd up to look like the real Skeletor comic or whatever.
As long as it's done well, I would definitely like to see something from my childhood.
Looking at watching the teaser trailer, you can tell like they're taking a lot because you actually see Grayskull. You actually see like I think it's going to be fun in the sense of how it's not going to be as serious as the 80s movie. The 80s movie is like iconic to me. I loved it.
I did too.
Right.
But it's one of those. It's a new. Obviously, they're going to bring it forward to 2026. So,
I haven't heard that phrase in a long time, Justin. A breakout session, yeah. Usually when we go to those conferences, like, all right, guys, we're gonna have a breakout session. Yeah, no doubt about it. That is hilarious. You did have a clip. We were gonna talk about the NFL and talk about the coaching carousel. You want to go ahead and
I was just looking for something real quick. You just want to get it over with.
I do. Ty brought it up. Mr. Green brought it up. I definitely want to go ahead and
just get it out. Rip off the Band-Aid.
Yeah. Hart, what you got real quick?
Well, I heard today that through one of the, insider guys, that the Steelers are talking with Mike McCarthy some.
Ain't no.
Please do it.
No, please don't.
Valid reactions.
And here we are. But yet another reason. It's not even Razorback related, but that's why you trust Hog HQ Live, because you just never know what type of news you're gonna get over here, man. Hart called it. So Mike McCarthy, anything associated with the Cowboys is my stomach hurts. It's bubbling. I don't want to be associated with those guys. Anything that he's done. Oh, that's the trailer. I gotta check it out.
Yeah. If I play it, I'm sure I'll get,
Yeah, we're gonna get tagged. We don't need to get tagged. But looking at what we've done, I try to be optimistic. This is a situation where I'm like, so does Roger stay now for another season at his age?
I mean, it's him and Mike McCarthy, because I did look at this up because me and some friends were talking about it. Him and Mike McCarthy have mended their fences.
Right.
They said like around 2022. I guess more or less it was like, one of the whole time heals all wounds, whatever. They just past is in the past, they're over it. So I think that this is a way, because I mean, there's a lot of Pittsburgh fans that are just calling for who's quarterback from Ohio State. Will Howard. They're just calling for it to be his time. I feel like I don't know what kind of mentoring or coaching or anything that Rodgers has done for Will Howard. I have no idea what that aspect of the locker room is like. So who knows what they're going to do? Obviously, we know what it was like with Jordan Love. It was non-existent.
Right.
So, you got to say, do you just go ahead and insert Will Howard, pause, or like start him now? What, Matt? Trying to hide that. Or do you keep Aaron Rodgers for another year for development? Are you going to draft another quarterback? I don't feel like you draft another quarterback. It's just because you only signed Aaron Rodgers to a 1-year deal last year.
Right.
So do you sign him to another 1-year deal? Or do you just say, no, we're done. We've got to move forward?
I think you sign him to a 1-year deal. You check the development. The one thing I can say just by knowing the insider scoop on watching the Steelers, Aaron Rodgers is definitely a different place in his life, in the sense that he's not as childish and immature as he was, not as self-centered. So his ability to communicate with Will Howard and be more of a mentor in his older years, his more veteran years, has definitely been beneficial to Will Howard. Will Howard looks at him like a big brother. So it's interesting to see what they'll look like. I hope that we do give Will Howard a shot. We need to see what it looks like. See if we actually did our due diligence in regard to his recruitment. and his scouting to get him on the team from Ohio State. So I like his arm. I think he can play in the AFC North. So it'd be interesting to see what that looks like. But I've never been a part of a rebuild. I don't even know what this looks like. Like, this is crazy to me, to be honest with you. So I'm very skeptical about what this can look like overall. Go ahead, Hunt.
And you got the oldest coach you've ever had.
Dude.
Not
dude,
just
dude.
year one, period.
No,
You've got the
no,
oldest
no.
coach you've ever had.
He's 62, ain't he? He's 62.
He's 62. So your only 3 head coaches ever, you hired them when they were in their 30s.
30s, right.
And then you could hire a coach that's 62.
Then I seen you guys hired Jesse Mentor.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, cool. I like this. So let's go get us another young coach that can be rivals for the next couple 10 years. So we're about to switch up the game in the sense of he's going to be here probably about 5 years. And then, of course, they'll make a change. But it's going to be interesting to see what this looks like. I've never experienced this. I feel like you guys, like people who got regular teams, because like, you know, we're different. We have different standards. So, yeah, I don't know what this is like to actually rebuild. Change of coach. I don't know what none of this is like. This is all new to me. So I'm intrigued. Being a Razorback fan, I'm used to it. About 5 years, 45 years, I'm used to it's time to get another coach in Razorbacks. The Steelers is definitely different.
Are the Raiders going to draft Mendoza?
They need to trade out there and get some more picks. They need help at every position. So it'll be.
I mean, if you're the Raiders and you have Tom Brady as a minority owner, at what point does he step in to like coach your quarterback?
Yeah.
To mentor your quarterbacks.
Right.
And who are the? I mean, because there's still talk that Mike McDaniel's in the running for the Raiders head coaching job, even though he took the Chargers OC job. If he'll leave for a head coaching position, he already removed his name from the Bills. Probably to what you called it. Which, if I'm the Bills coach, which I don't believe that McDermott should have been fired,
me neither.
I would be pissed off that I've been in that cold ass stadium and y'all are building this new state of the art one that's going to open next year or next season, and you don't get to be there for it.
Correct.
So I think it's stupid that the Bills interviewed Phillip Rivers.
I heard that, and I said, like, they interview him for what? Like to be the quarterback? No, to be a coach.
I mean, you go from. I mean, I've had people like make enough comments about like Jesse Minter, like, oh, he's 2 years removed from Michigan, and he's already. And I'm just like, yeah, but the Bills just interviewed a guy that was head coaching a high school team, finished the season playing for the Colts when he got called up. I don't know. It's just like it doesn't make sense to me. And I'm not saying Phillip Rivers can't be a good coach or whatever, but I'm just looking at the other coaches out there, and it's like all these teams are circling, like Atlanta, like we talked about last week. Why are you hiring Stefanski? Like all these coaches that get these new head coaching jobs when they've already been proven failures in other places. And whether it's a head coaching gig or not, you've been saying this, and I've been saying this, multiple people have been saying this since 2022. Like, why is Byron Leftwich not getting any interviews? Why is he being a quarterback mentor at Colorado? And at the very least, the Eagles should be calling him to be their OC for that open position.
Correct.
And then I saw some people that are trying to say, like, oh, the only reason Bruce Arians was still calling the plays. No, he wasn't. You can ask Tom Brady. He even said that Leftwich was calling the plays.
Right.
Is it the curse of, oh, they were just good because of Tom Brady? Well, Josh McDaniel still has a job.
Correct.
I don't know.
Josh McDaniels is the Lane Kiffin of the NFL. He's staying more crap, but he keep getting a job.
So. I mean, he's going to the Super Bowl with the Patriots.
Right. I ain't mad at him at all. You spoke briefly about some of these opportunities. This is all about relationships, right? So you look at Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy has already had a relationship with our GM, Mr. Khan, as well as another member, high-ranking member on the staff. Then you look at Stefanski here in Atlanta. I look at Matt Ryan has something to do with this. Arthur Blank has something to do with it. And what Justin say Arthur Blank gonna end up doing? Yeah, I mean, Stefanski. But this is the thing I had to think about. I had to really process, like, if you know ball, you know ball. When we thought Baker Mayfield was a bust, and then he had that year, in Cleveland. That was Stefanski. When what's my dude name? The running back from Georgia.
No, Chubb.
Nick Chubb. When Nick Chubb led the league in rush, it was under Stefanski. And we know Stefanski uses tight end. So looking at Atlanta's roster with Drake London, you got Kyle Pitts coming on late. Those are the things that really can go in motion and go along with what he's been able to do. So, and of course, at the end of the day, he also coached Kirk Cousins, who's on the roster. But this is all about development of Michael Penix. So it'll be interesting to see what it is. But the relationships in Pittsburgh as well as in Atlanta, those are all about previous relationships, not about best fit. And apparently, Mike McCarthy is from Pittsburgh. So
it's funny too that Green Bay is about to hire Dallas's former defensive coordinator, and Micah Parsons is now in Green Bay.
Dude, all of this is wild, man. All of this is wild, bro. But as we continue to chat on about it, is there anything that we are missing on this roundup for the 100th show?
I think we've covered a bunch of random stuff. No, I think we're good.
Gotcha.
I think that's it. Yeah.
I do want to get a question to you, Hart, about the numbers with Silverfield. Do we still have space to bring in a couple more guys?
We do have space. I don't know the exact number, but we do have, I would say, roughly 5 or more that I could see us possibly grabbing, but we'll see. They got to be a right fit with him.
Gotcha. And I do know you talked about what positions you prefer that they go after with the spots, the allotment that's left. What are you looking at the positions? What positions do you think they should go after?
Another O lineman, D lineman, maybe a linebacker, and another defensive back. And I'd like to see possibly another receiver, but that's about it.
Yeah. And I think the thing that I've been impressed with per our conversation earlier this week is looking at these guys' film, not just looking at the names that's popping up on these social medias about who's been added. It's about the fact that he's bringing in guys to compete with each other, not just bringing in guys to add depth to a position, saying this guy's our starter. This is what we've seen in our previous regime, and I'm excited to see what these guys look like competing and battling for spots up until game 1. So that's what I'm super uber excited about. Adam, you got anything you want to throw on there before we get going, sir?
Not really.
I don't know what that means.
Not really.
In his 30s. He's hard as heck. Yeah.
No, I mean, I think that overall, if you look at the past few years of Arkansas's transfer portal, there's always been glaring holes in positions that that we've said, okay, we need more D linemen, or we need more of this, we need more of that, and we don't get it, or we're thin here, we're thin there. Outside of safety, which I still feel like they can get, and we still have some. I feel like that this is probably one of the first transfer portals that Arkansas has had that they've gone out and gotten almost every position.
No, for sure.
So I feel like this was one there was no stone unturned. They went and got what they needed to get, or what they thought they needed to get. It was definitely a different transfer portal experience than I think we're used to. So everything can be it's all going to come down to August and September to see what we actually have put out on the field. So, we started seeing some folks, i.e., you started drinking the transfer portal Kool-Aid. We'll see what happens, spring and fall camp. Again, NCAA fixture freaking calendars for college football, because I don't get hyped up for spring games anymore. They honestly are just dumb. So let's just fast forward to summer, get ready for fall. Next up after the Super Bowl, we'll just have, spring practice news, but basketball and baseball season coming up.
Baseball's coming up.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm excited to get to this roster.
Oh, yeah. But the next month is really going to be basketball heavy. So, especially as we go into SEC tournament, March Madness, and whatnot. So,
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well,
And
guys, like that's going to wrap up another show.
y'all
You
let
had
us
a
know in the
comment.
comments too. What do y'all want to see more of? Whether it's on shows, whether it's content, whatever. Like our shows are built for y'all.
No, for sure.
So
For sure.
things y'all want to see, whether it's more interviews, more guests, whatever the case may be, let us know.
When I tell you this man just got a new camera, he can't wait to use this shit.
I got
Now,
another new camera. I got this one. I got another one coming too.
See what I'm saying? Hey,
Y'all are
man.
going to be getting all kinds of just like random hot takes from my car. Like, I feel like I'm going to do daily hot. Like, I'm just going to listen to ESPN Arkansas and then cut a video on what bullshit they're spewing out there.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. All right. Y'all make sure to stay locked in. Of course, we got the Hog HQ live business page. Make sure to go check in over there. A lot of people are going over to that group and subscribing to the page, following the page. So we definitely appreciate that. The number is climbing. Collab supporter. Let me tell you something. Anytime we get off the record, yeah. Anytime we get off the record, Porter, I love it. I know he, with all the sponsorship on Hog Talk, he can't really go in, but when he's just regular Porter, oh, he's hilarious for sure. Yeah. Anyway, with that being said, man, we appreciate you guys. Episode 100 is in the books. We definitely appreciate all the love, the support we get from you guys. Remember, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that like button and that notification button. So anytime we go live, you don't miss out on us doing so. Other than that, we're going to see if we're going to work here in Atlanta tomorrow.
I got a text. They said, "Hey, we're going to try to open the office at 10," and I'm like, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there at 8 o'clock. So,
yeah, our company said, well, we're going to do a late start tomorrow. We're going to do a late start. Adam going to remix Trey Biddy's Walking Talks.
Hey, it might start Saturday after the Kentucky game.
Hey, hold up. You never know. Tell a friend, we're the best thing on Razorback Sports on your internet.
Speaking of, if anybody's going to the Kentucky game, let me know.
Y'all hit him in the DM because we want to see the pictures in the group. You see that heart? All right, we'll see. Anyhow, we'll catch you guys in the next one, man. Y'all be blessed. Stay cool in this weather. No Hog News on the 100 show. Show one half some.
I don't know.
You got to go back and look. I don't think Hog News was a segment then. But it's definitely grown legs. It's definitely grown legs. Mm-hmm. I don't know what the hell Adam about to say, so we're going to go ahead and hit the outro music because he can get out of pocket at this time of evening.